free. Got a bit of a climb ahead of us, huh?
Yeah.
Just there.
Probably take us an hour. It seems so close, but so far away. One step at a time. And once we get to the top, it's pretty easy sailing after that. Trevor's loving it. You're making it look easy.
Oh yeah, 20 pounds lighter.
We made it to the top. Bit of a pull, but now we're here. We're gonna run these mountain ridges over to where the big bulls are. So we've been watching this bull. We saw him when we were way in the saddle over there. And he kind of slipped down through this ravine, and there's still cows up here. We weren't sure if it's the same bull, but after getting eyes on him and watching him, he's the same bull that was up high. He's got at least probably 20 or more cows down in the bottom. And so he's hot. He's kind of pushing him around. He's got longer main beams, but he's just really small on his tops. And on the left side, he actually might be broke off, but we're just gonna watch him for a minute and then see what they do. We got over into these rocks and we worked our way over to kind of get better eyes on the elk we had up high. We found some elk down low. I crept down, kind of kept below the skyline, make sure I wasn't exposing myself, and got over and got eyes on these elk on this face over here. And we weren't sure if that bull that was with them slipped down, and sure enough he did. So down here in the bottom we've got the smaller 6. He's actually broke off on his left side, so he's a 5x6, but he's hot. He's running cows around. He's getting them up out of bed. So we'll just keep watching him, see what he does. We'll work around. We got about 500 yards or so. We'll get to this spring. We'll gather some water, and then we will either make a game plan whether these come up, or we got a bunch of elk on that other side over there. So just kind of sit back and I think and kind of watch the mountain tonight, because we got elk everywhere. Those guys. Brad, I want you to go find out how big that bull is. He's screaming his head off. Well, it's morning. We slept on this ridge right here, and got a good night's. We had just kicked out some beds again on this steep slope, and bulls have been bugling all night on the slope right in front of us, right where we saw them last night. Elk everywhere, screaming on this hill. But it was tough to find some beds in these steep rocks, but we did it. Well, we're surrounded in elk. They're coming below us. They were on this slope over here, but they came booking off the slope. Not sure why. Don't think it was us. And they're going around this knob, and it looks like they're going to join up with that other massive group that's down here on our right side. I don't know. A lot of action going on. The elk are moving. We're just gonna see where they stop. It's kind of weird. These seem spooked. I couldn't tell if they got pushed by that big bull or if they got spooked. But they're all making their way calmly around the tip of this mountain in front of me. his herd just ran off the mountain around this bend, and it's joining up with this other herd, and it looks like they're just gonna come face to face. So we'll see how these two bulls react, what's gonna happen, if one will push off or what. But this is kind of unexpected. The wide one is getting pushed off by the narrow one at the bottom. That wide one that was dark over here, whose cows all joined up over here, he's the one. Those two bulls have met up. We can't see them, dang it, but they are like screaming back and forth. It's pretty cool. I'd like them to pop out here in the open. Just did below that rise a second ago. We really don't want them to feed up out of this canyon. Not sure what they're gonna do. Hopefully they just hit one of these cuts like right here, or stay right where they're at. But pretty cool watching them. It's a lot of elk. That one bull, he's a stud. They're both studs. He took over that herd, dude. Yeah. I saw him down here when they were down lower by the shale. I saw him take off running down in there. And so I don't know if he was pushing that bull then or what. But there's the other bull. Man, these ladies made their choice. And it wasn't him. Yeah. Look at it this way, there's nothing stopping us from getting water. Yeah. I should go do that. He's looking back like you dirty. Well, that bull that was all wallowed up and muddy, the wider bull, he's wide, doesn't have as much mass, doesn't have as big a tops, but he was on this slope behind me, and his herd ran like the dickens all the way down and joined up with that other herd. And as soon as they joined up, he just got kicked to the curb. He's off by himself now. He didn't take on that other bull. That other bull is now king of the mountain. The wide bull, he's a real nice bull, but he's just making his way up this seam on the opposite side all by himself. Keep an eye on him and see where he goes. See where they all go. Hopefully they don't go too far, because this afternoon they could get up and feed right underneath us for all we know. But man, they covered some ground from one side of the mountain to the other in like, I don't know, a morning, hour. But it's cool watching this go down. Brad, you keeping an eye on that wide bull that's alone? If he could bed up here all by himself, he'd be an easy target. But that's our kind of target. What do you think? I didn't spot him, so we probably won't go after him. Be nice if he just bed up there. Yeah, it would be. It's funny how easily he quit. Like, he didn't even put up a fight with that other bull. He just tucked tail and ran, dude. Well, they were all right down here. Yeah. I saw that the bull that's down there like run down into the cut. Mm-hmm. But then I didn't pay attention to see if the other bull came out. I think he must have just came right out. Mm-hmm. Kept on going. Because right after that bull frickin' right in the bottom just Brad spotted another nice bull down toward the bottom, and then that good wide bull that was with that other herd that got kicked out, he went over the top. So our little camping spot where we carved out those beds is actually pretty decent. We didn't get winded last night. We had elk all below us, so we're thinking we're gonna stay where we're at. The spring that we found up high is over here at the same elevation as our camp, but it's a little bit of a jaunt, a couple ridges over. But we brought a lot of water bladders. We're gonna fill up, try to grab like 20 liters of water. We've already pushed ourselves with lack of water multiple times. Been pretty dehydrated on this hunt. She's lovely. Oh, has water ever looked so glorious? Here we go. She may not look like much, but she's gold up here. Trevor? It's about to taste of the manna from heaven, God's gift to your thirst.
No matter how elk pissy it tastes, it'll be refreshing because it's cold.
That's right. We brought a little hose, a little pipe with us, little piece of pipe. The problem with a seep like this, when you dig, you got to dig a hole, you know, so you have a little bit of fresh water you can scoop from. But then every time you scoop, you muddy it. But if you stick a pipe up in here, it'll act as a little spigot, and it doesn't disturb the dirt as it starts flowing clean water, really clean. So it should work out nice. We'll rig it and I'll show you what it looks like.
I wonder if we rotate her a little bit.
Yeah, she's clean. It's a lot better than scooping like we were. Doesn't that look glorious? Right where it comes out of the ground, it's nice and clean. Where it flows down here, all the elk have pissed in it, and it's got all this nasty bacteria in it. So we're gonna try to get the water that's like straight out of the hill, where it's the cleanest. Oh yeah. Without this mountain spring, dude, we'd have to drop 1,500 feet down the water and then climb back up. It's just too hard. This could make all the difference back here. We're thinking about how we had to pack in water, maybe on a horse or something like that, but this is great. No pack animals and water at the top. Same elevation as our camp, just a couple ridges over. We yesterday when we got here, this whole spot was just chock full of elk. It was going to be really tough trying to sneak back over here to get water and not bump elk. We couldn't have done it, but it just so happened this morning they all ran into that other side, and we have this whole spot to ourselves. So, oh shoot. Got me one of those little swimmer bugs. I got a spoon. It's a little too big to sterilize. Little sucker swimming. Well, we're all filled up on water. We've got about 25 liters of water. Hopefully it'll last us a couple of days. We've been going through the water like crazy, but at least we have this spring real close to camp. We're gonna swing back to camp, and hopefully that bull is still bedded, still asleep right there in that little gully. And if we can get on him around between 12 and 2 o'clock, the wind usually picks up pretty good during that time. The thermals are blowing hard uphill, and it's in a pretty good spot. If we creep to the ridge, the ridge is about 100 yards from where he's bedded, and then we can kind of figure it out from there. But we can get close, I think. But we'll see.
You never know. The spring coming out of the mountain is at the same elevation as our camp. So we're just keeping our elevation line, walking on some of these game trails. But we looked down in the bottom of this canyon, and some elk moved in while we were getting water. And there it looks like there's a real nice bowl down here at the bottom in the cool shade in the willows at the bottom of this draw. That's a good sign. Different bowl. Pretty sure it's a different bowl than the one we had bedded. Nice turn of events. Got elk all around us. Well, we've got our bull bedded down this hill, and Brad and I are going to take the afternoon to sneak on down and get it as close as we can, right under their noses. The goal is to try to get in there real slow, take our time. Hopefully the bull stays bedded where he's at, and the wind should be good all day. Brad's got the camera. I'm going to bring my bow. We might end up just getting close and then seeing what happens. At all costs, our goal is not to just blow anything out. We'll just keep hunting this bull over and over if he just stays in this basin, which he probably will. As long as we don't blow him out, they're ours until we get them. So we're going to sneak across this face, hit this little canyon. We're going to slip down the canyon where we can't be seen, come over the ridge, and I should be within 100 yards of the bull. We'll see. I'd like a little more wind. So far, though, we just have this one cow in the bottom. It's kind of facing our direction, but I don't think she knows we're here. And then we got these elk up high, but none of them are looking our way, so far so good. Just gonna move slow. Just keep creeping across this face. So far, the coast is clear. We're just going so slow, they're not picking us up. It's 1 o'clock almost, 12:45. I wish we were an hour ahead, but I think once we hit this little ravine, we can move a lot quicker down it. But last I saw, there were some elk at the bottom, 3 spikes. But I don't think they parked in that. I think they went around. I think we have that whole ravine to ourselves if we get into it. So, here we go. That calf down there is feeding on mama. They probably get thirsty here in a while, feeding all those baby calves. But we just gotta make it under that rock ledge right there, and then we'll dip down into a nice cut, which should put us in a hidden ravine so we can move on down and then pop over on that bull. Well, folks, we are right on top of this bedded bull. He's not the bull we were after. The bull we were after got up out of his bed and made his way around this mountain to our right. And there's a water hole right here. We figured his whole herd and him, he was gonna pop out right here and hit this water hole where this other bull is actually bedded. He's not a bad bull. He's broken off. He's got big fronts, but he's kind of thin-horned. But if he gives us a chance, we'll take him. But the other bull is the one I really want, and he should be coming around. He'll come eventually. He'll be right here. He'll probably push this bull off. It's a lesser bull, I think, but you never know. But once they push through here, what we've seen them do the last couple days is come right up this drainage right here, which would give me a 60 or 70 yard shot. So, I don't know, I'm kind of hoping that that's what they do. I'd like to get lower so I have like a 40 yard shot, but then if they come up this spot to the right, I won't have a shot also the wind is blowing in our face and across, and the lower we get, the riskier it is that they could catch our wind at some point, just right here on this hill or something out in front of us. So, but 70 yards on a big bull, it's a big target. I've done it before. They're not rutting so hard that they're running all over the place. They're kind of moseying, feeding. If it gives me an opportunity like that, it'd be perfect. But anyway, we've crept in here. We got a nice little blind. I can shoot out the right side, left side, or down the front if I had to. Right now, just to give you an idea, they are 250 yards out. Right on. Give me some shut-eye. We're 250 yards from this bull bed under this tree. I'd make a sneak on him, but we're surrounded by elk, so we're just gonna sit here and wait for him to make a mistake. On the other side of him, there should be another big bull that's bigger than him that should push him up, and either he's got to make a decision to come up the canyon to get away from that bull, or maybe he'll go through that bull, I don't know. Trying to get some shut-eye, though, in the meantime, until some action picks up. But it's hotter than hell. There's not even a little breeze. Don't let this sage doing this fool you. There's really no breeze at all. I'm just sweating my balls off. Now the bull's sitting there in the shade, with the cool little creek running through, right underneath him. Getting a little water, he's just laying there in the cool water. I'm jealous. Makes me want to shoot him. Oh. Worst case, if they don't come up here, we didn't disturb them. We'll have another shot probably in the morning, as long as the wind doesn't bust us when it gets dark. So, but I think that other bull is going to come around. They're either going to butt heads and go separate ways or run each other off. We might get one of them coming right up here. They've all the time have fed up in this draw and stuff, so there's water right behind us. There's water low. There's a really good chance that they can come right up this draw. So. a 5x5 or something. Coming straight toward these elk right here. He's a little skittish, he's smaller. But we're hoping that this bull gets up and walks right below us at 50 yards before the sun goes down. But if he doesn't, then he never knew we were here and we go back up the hill. I had him at 57 yards. Ranged him, went to full draw. But I couldn't clear the stabilizer from this bush in front of me. So I had to let down, and then he ran off with his cow, so I can hear that bull coming behind me. It's pretty cool. Doesn't get better than this. Now if I can just get him to walk up this little cut, we're gonna have elk meat tonight. Well, that was fun, but dang it. The clock went on and the elk didn't move. When they got up out of that wallow, in that water area, and came our direction, like I said, I had 57-yard shot. But there was too much brush in the way. I finally got him ranged at 70. I almost took a shot there, but it's a bit far and I didn't feel good. I'm sitting down. I'd make that shot all day if he was just feeding in a field and I could just stand up and shoot, but he's a great bull too. We talked about it a bunch, me and Brad. He's older than dirt. He looks just old. He's like a Brahma bull. His shoulders, he's a monster, but he's only got fronts. His tops are weak. He looks kind of thin-horned. He hardly moves at all. He moves like an old man. He started climbing that hill and he was just done before he got 100 yards up it. He's not an active bull at all. He's slow. Kind of not necessarily the bull I wanted. I do like the fact that he's old, but his antlers are definitely on the decline. But that was cool. They did not want to push up here with the wind at their back. I only needed them to come another 10 yards and I have like a 45, 50-yard shot, which is what I wanted. But it took them like an hour to go 70 yards, one step at a time. When that wind is not blowing in their face, they don't like to move into it. And they just bedded right here and they just waited till the wind switched. And it did. Eventually, by the way, did we check that time? It's like 7:10, 7:15 it switched. We're pretty low. Up high, it doesn't switch till like 8:30 or something. But she moved up here and she was like 65 yards. And I was like, come on. The bull was falling behind her and we could feel the wind changing. And then you just saw her go, what? Like the wind switch blew, it was over. You just can't beat the wind, folks. But our camp's right there. We're gonna push up here, try to keep our scent out of here. They didn't spook much. They just wandered over this hill. They know we're here. They knew there was a human here, but they never saw us. They didn't get too spooked. So we're gonna push up out of here and get some dinner, some water, and game plan for tomorrow. Let's rock and roll.
All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Brent, it was a long, hard week, folks. As you can tell, we're not in the studio. So we are in the new abode, the new office, and in boxes, and things are chaotic. But
not a lot of room.
we wanted to get this film out, and we wanted to give you guys a little information at the end here about how that went down. You might have some questions. Why didn't I kill that bull? You know,
Yeah, Brian.
there's a few things you guys can't quite see, and I'll just kind of give you a little rundown. The plan was pretty solid. It went according to plan. The elk got up, and they did move up the canyon as we had planned for them to do, hoping they would. I wanted to cheat down a little lower so I could have a closer shot, but when we did scooch down there, the wind would suck down canyon every now and then. Mostly it blew uphill, but every now and then it would blow up and across to the other side. And there were actually elk on that slope on the other side at about our level. On occasion, some spikes would walk through there. So we didn't want some cow to wander from the low shaded area up that slope and then catch our wind and then blow out. We figured, you know what, let's just play it safe and let these elk make a mistake. Let them come to us. Let's not give ourselves away. So we stayed in that position. It worked really well, actually, because they were coming up and our wind was kind of going right by them. We'd come at their back, and then every now and then a drift would come up some wind drift would come up another canyon chute and push another direction. It was, it's just the mountain wind. It just does that. Especially if some clouds come over top, it kind of flips the thermals around. So we got to a spot where the wind was pretty solid in our face and just stuck to it. Any lower, even 10 yards, and our wind was kind of cheating down the canyon. So when the elk came up, that bull gave me a 52-yard shot, I think it was, 57, 52 at one point. I think that's when I went to full draw on him. I wanted to shoot him a lot earlier, but there were actually a lot of elk right in front of me that you guys can't see. As Brad's filming over my shoulder, he's filming through the bushes, and so you're only seeing that one bull, that one animal, but there's tons of elk.
So many elk.
And
we don't even see all the footage.
And there were elk that weren't even part of that group over there that were on each hill and around us, and some none of them above us because they'd smell us. But so we're just trying to wait for that moment to get my bow back. And the cow in heat and the bull, they were dumb. They weren't that cautious, Yeah. But there was a couple of cows that were locked, that were like, they were zeroed in. They were looking right at us a number of times, just like, it's just like they
knew.
They didn't know, but they were looking for just any mistake. So you have to wait. You have to wait for that opportunity. And a lot of times when elk go into a water hole, any prey animal goes into a water hole, or they're coming up into a cut like they were, into territory they were not feeling safe in, give them a minute and they'll settle down. So don't try to draw your bow right when they hit the water. Give them a second to start to drink and start to feel like everything's okay, and let them let their guard down. They did that, and I got to full draw. Well, when I came to full draw, my stabilizer got caught in the bush in front of me. So as I was getting ready to shoot this bull, I looked down, and my stabilizer was actually kind of caught on this one branch. And I thought I was almost about to shoot anyway.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why? If that stabilizer hits that bush or does something odd on the release, I didn't want it to throw off my shot. So as I move the stabilizer back to get uncaught, I get the cam stuck in some bushes.
Oh, the holes in the cam?
The holes in the wheel in the cam. So then I got some branches stuck in the cam. And then I'm like, oh, crap. So then I'm like,
your bow is pulled back still?
While it's pulled back. So I'm trying to get the bushes out of the cam and off the stabilizer. It turned into a crapshoot. And I finally got it off. And now there was quite a bit of movement, more movement than was
this your 80
planned.
Bow?
Yeah. And I got it off, and I felt like I could let down. I let down. And then the bull chased the cow, and like they do. And he just wasn't in the right spot again. And then he got down at 70 yards, and I almost shot him there at 70, But I even told Brad, I don't know if I should do this or not. I don't know. And I decided I was going to wait because they had come up to like 45, 50 yards, a few cows. And I thought, nah, they're going to come back, you know. And if he doesn't, I can shoot him at 70 anytime I want because all the elk had laid down. So I'm like, I'll wait. If I need to, if it gets closer to dark, he's in bow range, I'll kill him. And consequently on this series, I killed my bull at 72 yards. So it was right in my wheelhouse. I was going to shoot him. But I decided, okay, I'm going to let down. So at 70, my plan was a good plan, except for no good reason at all. They all got up and went to 100 yards and then laid down for 2 hours until basically an hour and a half or so. And then the wind started to switch. They got up as the wind started to swirl, and the wind started blowing a little more in their face right up the bottom of the canyon. And I was like, oh, crap, we're busted. We're busted. All I can do is hope that the wind is going this way as they're walking this way, and I'm going to be able to.
Razor's edge.
That cow came up to 65 yards. The bull was probably 10 yards behind her. And I was thinking, come on. If she had just come 10 more yards and he had come to 65, I would have killed him. But right about there, I felt the wind just blow hard right at my back. She smelled it. And immediately nose up and trotting away and making noise and barking. And all of them were like, what? None of the other elk smelled us. She was kind of the one closest to us. Caught the edge of our scent, and they just went up the hill. They're pretty chill, not super spooked. And the goal for us was to get, and this is with all the elk in this area, you can see there's a lot of elk, is to get in close but not get busted. And unfortunately, we haven't had time to show you all the footage we have and all the failed stalks, and this is just one of many. But we rarely get busted. We usually just back out and go do it again the next day. In fact, on this hunt, we cut out a part. We didn't have time to show it, but we put a stalk on a really nice bull the night before. Just couldn't get in range, and he was feeding over this face, and we were coming over this face. We were about to get on top of the bull and kill him, but we came in just about 10 yards below him, and our wind was blowing up. We thought we were about 20 yards above him, but he had dropped, or had gone up, rather, and our marker was here on these rocks, and so we came in underneath him, and our wind blew up to him, and we saw him just take off. It was really a bummer. He's a sweet bull, and he was so dead. He's so dead, but that's the problem with taking your eyes off them. That's why I like to stalk in the wide open where I can see the animal the whole time. And a lot of people want to leave and cut them off, get behind them, use the land as cover, and I'd rather just move slowly in the wide open right to them. So anyway, that's kind of how that went down, but hope you guys like this one. We got a bunch of giveaways to go over. We're in the midst of 3 giveaways right now. We're giving away an initial ascent backpack. We're giving away
A gift card
to Stealthy Nutrition, and we're giving away trekking poles.
Trekking poles. Dang it, I was close.
We're getting all our giveaways kind of mixed up. Trekking poles.
The longest week.
Peaks, Sissy Sticks trekking poles. So that's the 3 things we're giving away. We're going to announce those winners in a minute.
Brand.
But before we do that, I want to tell you what we're going to give away this week. So this week, we're giving away a set of gaiters to someone who shares the film on Instagram. So go out and share the film on Instagram. We'll randomly select a person that shares. Tag Brian_Call, tag Brad Hunt, tag us in your Instagram posts, and we're going to randomly select a winner for a pair of gaiters. If you're looking for a new pair of gaiters, or your old ones are crap, check out the Peaks gaiters. I think they're among, if not the best gaiter on the market right now. I know that's a bold statement, but they are awesome, and we have put them to the paces. We've helped build them over there. Ryan Lampers and myself have put them through the test, and I like the fit and the feel and the build. And we've gone through different fabrics, different threads, different items to get it to where it is right now, and it's a solid product.
I like the name. Storm Castle.
Yeah, I always forget names. Storm Castle Gator. And we're giving away a Stealthy Hunter rifle cover. All you got to do is like this video, leave us a comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. And we will pick a winner on Sunday. All right, we picked 2 winners this week for sharing on Instagram. And we said we'd give away a pair of Peaks Sissy Sticks, trekking poles, to a random person who shared our film on Instagram. And that person, the first person, is Her Archery Addiction.
I like the name.
Jamie Steele Sweeney. So, thank you, Jamie. You won a pair of Sissy Sticks trekking poles. Also, we picked Daniel Gillette for a tub of Ignite.
Is it Gillette?
Gillette. I don't know. But Daniel, you're a winner. So, So we have those 2 winners for sharing on Instagram. And our winner for the Stealthy Nutrition $50 gift card for leaving a comment on YouTube is
Alex Morris.
All right.
Alex says, watching with my 7 and 5-year-old daughters, they told me, Daddy, we would have harvested that bull. My response was, same here, ladies. Same here.
Brad's been getting a lot of people going, what were you thinking all week? I'm sure all his buddies are giving him crap.
You did what? What now?
Yeah. It was a great bull.
Yeah.
But Brad has killed a lot of elk. And you haven't seen them yet, but the next episode you're going to see some, big bull. Like these are big bulls, but this next bull is a cut above the rest. And it's a really cool episode. So the next one, you don't want to miss that one. Next Sunday. Dropping the new one next Sunday. So anyway, and then finally we're doing our initial ascent backpack giveaway. The last day, we're supposed to give it away tomorrow, but we're going to go ahead and pick a winner on Monday.
Oh.
So that all you people that haven't joined Locals yet, and for those that don't know, we have a gritty, stealthy community we have created over at locals.com. You go to gritty.locals.com and you'll find it. You can see some of the content, a lot of the content for free if you just become a member. But if you become a paying supporter for $5.88 a month, if you pay 12 months in advance, it's 1 month is free, so it's $5.88. Otherwise, it's $7 a month. But that's enabling us to be independent. It's amazing.
It's changing everything.
We got a big community over there that's growing. We got a social community platform there. We don't like the censorship. We don't like the hate and the trolls and the crud that you deal with on social. So we're building a social community over there. And then I've been doing a live stream every Monday and every Wednesday or Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where we get on there and just hang out, do a little chat. And then Ryan and Hillary, Ryan is going to get on there and do some live streams as well. And I got Mark Livesey keyed up to go on there.
Oh, really? You
as well.
Mark, too.
Yeah. So we're going to get them to live stream. So there's lots of content over there in the form of live streams. And all those live streams get recorded live and then uploaded. So all the ones we've done up to this point are all there as well. And there's lots of little tidbits, information about the films or questions that people have about gear. Follow-up questions from shows we do. It's a great resource. So, and then over there, we also have exclusive films and exclusive podcast content that is only available to those over at Locals. So check that out. It's awesome. And right now, if you join on Sunday, today, I suppose, if you're watching this, we're going to pick a random person Monday night to be the winner.
Will you do it live?
Yeah, on the live stream. I think we're just going to go through and we're just going to download the members, and then we're just going to do random number generator, grab the person, and boom, we have our winner.
Last time we did that, it was Mom.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't tell
we
her.
gave away that bow, that Hoyt bow, and it was my mother. She's still mad about it. But yeah, it's a random number generator. We're just going to pick a random person, and we've got this Initial Ascent backpack, the 6,000 that we're giving away. And if you haven't checked out Initial Ascent, do that. If you want to get a backpack from Initial Ascent, use the code GRITTY. All the codes and all the discount deals are down below, and those are all the companies that we are confident in recommending you support or buy from. And it's all the stuff that we like to use and gear we love. We don't put anything on there that we don't like. So check that out. But yeah, if you want to be entered to win and get all that other stuff, you just go to gritty.locals.com. Hopefully we see you Monday night at 7 p.m. And finally, I thought I'd do something that I haven't done before that y'all might like. And that is, I watch a lot of film, like hunting film. I don't just make film, but I actually, it's like my passion. I love to watch other shows and other things that people are doing. And I thought, what would be cool is at the end of each show, if I talk about a film I watched this week that I liked, a hunt film that I liked, and then just kind of share it with you guys. So I got one that I watched this week that I really enjoyed. And it was Bowhunting World Record Sind Ibex in Pakistan by Pedro Ampuero Hunting. And Pedro was on the podcast not too long ago, and I just think that Pedro, his other video that's really good is his Altai documentary. I've never hunted, in Pakistan. Mm-hmm. I frankly never will.
Never will.
I'm not going to any of the stands.
Not a single
I don't think.
stand. Nope. Positive.
But
unless I'm getting kicked out of a helicopter.
But most of Pedro's hunts are archery, and they're in some epic places. And I just love exploring new countries, seeing new places. And this one was kind of funny because Pedro usually does spot and stock, Mm-hmm. But in Pakistan, they had a method of basically doing a push for ibex where they get set up and then the Pakistanis run through the mountains and push the ibex around. And then the ibex come running down the hill, and he has to shoot one as they come through. It's a little like, I don't know, Alabama-ish or something,
Yeah.
But I don't know what that means, by the way. If you're from Alabama, it's not a dig.
Hey, if they're from Alabama, they understand.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, and it's a unique hunt. I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of interesting to see. So I'll put a link in here, but all of Pedro's stuff is pretty cool. He should have more people following him. I understand it's not as relatable because he's international hunter. A lot of these hunts we can never afford, but it's just fun to see someone as passionate and interested in hunting as Pedro, and to see the hunts that he does, and they're well filmed. I love watching. I'm like a Discovery. I'm like the Mutual of Omaha, big fan watching animals. And so he's got a lot of great quality film. So anyway, check that one out if you're interested. That's it for today. Leave us a comment on YouTube if you want to win a rifle cover, and share our film on Instagram if you want to win
rifle cover,
a pair of Peaks Gators. Right on. That's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay gritty.